And hopefully, you guys are making your own decision when playing this game. Don't just open up your YouTube, find the first trash talking crybaby, and come to a conclusion. Don't jump to conclusions.
Wouldn't it be nice if we were older and we wouldn't have to wait so long? And wouldn't it be nice to live together in the kind of world where we belong? No one's gonna make it that much better when we can say goodnight and stay together.
Hello again, and welcome to Tron TV. This is episode 2, and today we're going to talk about bad reviewers. I've had the opportunity to play 20 hours of this beta, and I don't know what these guys are talking about, to be honest. I watched an additional 20 hours of YouTube videos, and it actually upset me to know how bad people think this game is when they have absolutely no clue what they're talking about. The speed hacking is being an issue that's being addressed this week. This issue should be fixed by today's 30 gig patch, or it may even be fixed as late as game release. The VAT system, I really don't know what people are talking about. I mean, it's lazy, it's sluggish, it doesn't work that great. What are you talking about? I mean, it's amazing, this system. A system that relies on perks and skill points and weapons and all. That's a great incentive to incentivize people to not hack, to not cheat, to not exploit the game, and to use the legitimate in-game mechanics to beat other players. Now, this is also good for two reasons. Number one, it's going to be good because it's going to create an incentive for you not to hack. And for the other reason, it's going to bridge the gap between the hacker and the non-hacker. So the legit player may actually beat the hacker in most situations. PvP systems, a lot of people complaining about this. Okay, so I can't go around and I can't grieve people. Cry, but here's the tissue. I mean, what do you want? This system was designed, this PvP system was designed so that you're not going to get griefed while you're leveling to late game. And it's also designed so that late game, when you're contesting for nodes, and that's going to be late game, or contesting for bosses or areas of the map, there's going to be real PvP. That's when the PvP is going to get interesting. And I actually think that in 6 months to a year, this game could actually be the biggest multiplayer PvP game on the planet. And that's, you heard it from me first. Don't listen to all these other people. They don't know what they're talking about. Weapons breaking too much. Okay, so this is a good one. I don't know why people are complaining about this. It's very easy, actually. All you have to do is make sure your equipment is fully repaired before you go out. It doesn't take much skill at all. And it's not a problem at all. I mean, if you make sure your weapons are fully repaired and carry 2 of them every time you go out, chances are you're going to be encumbered with your junk before your weapons break. Now, if you go out with weapons that are at 20% durability and you don't bother fixing them before you go out, well, that's your fucking problem, right? Old engine and graphics. I really don't think that this is an old engine. I think this engine was beyond its time when it first came out, so I'm thinking it is industry standard for graphics right now. I don't think it's dated at all. The game looks amazing. It plays amazing. The mechanics are amazing. Little glitches here and there, but it's to be expected with a game so new. No NPCs, audio logs, and fetch quests. I don't know what to say about this. I mean, I really like the audio logs. I like the fact that I could play an audio log and continue doing what I'm doing, or move to the next quest, or move to the next area, or do some, or kill some people while I'm listening to this audio log. I love that. I mean, I hate reading an NPC dialogue for 5 minutes straight. So this is not something that I don't like about the game. I actually like that. It gets repetitious, so I would recommend that if it's boring you, do something else. This is a scavenging game. You need to make friends in this game to survive, and you need to scavenge tech. So the main story quest is not the main agenda for this game. You're going to need to get strong very fast, and you're going to need to contest nodes. So yeah, I mean, if you're getting bored of the audio logs, just move on, go into another area. The base building UI. A lot of people were complaining about this. I can't use the up down WSAD keys. You know what? It's not that hard. All you got to do is use your Z and your C to toggle between the items that you're trying to build, and then use your up and down to go down and up through them. You also have those abilities. I believe it's E and then it's R space to either edit that item or to put it into your storage for later use. So, it's super easy system to use. The snapping in, it takes a little bit getting used to. You have to, roll up and roll down with the mouse to move it back and forward, and you have to spin it around. So you're going to have to get used to that. But to be honest, I really didn't have any issues with that system whatsoever. Thank you very much for listening to my beta impressions and my review on other reviewers. Hopefully you guys found this somewhat informative, and hopefully you guys are making your own decision when playing this game. Don't just open up your YouTube, find the first trash talking crybaby, and come to a conclusion. Don't jump to conclusions. This game is a great game. This game is not a money grab. There's been many titles that have been money grabs, but this is not one of them. It's definitely worth $60. It's definitely worth $80. I would pay $100 for it. It's going to be around for the next 2 decades, I'm sure. It's going to be Game of the Year in 2019, I'm sure. And you heard it from me first.